So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our video of Atmakaraka series or Atmakaraka through houses. And today we're going to start with our beloved moon, Chandra, the most sensual and the most beautiful graha. Okay, so that's what we're going to be understanding today. Because Atmakaraka is a planet with the highest degree in your birth chart that kind of shows the unfinished business of your life that you must deal with. And you know why you're going to deal with? Because remember the language I'm using, you're going to deal with, meaning you're not going to be happy with it. That's what Atmakarka is. It's not there to give you fame, luxury, wealth, money. No, it gives you that so you pay your karmas off. Like, for example, you make all this money and you give it to your mother. You make all this money, you give it to your spouse. There could be that, So we have to be careful of trying to understand these concepts. So Atmakarka is a planet that is closest to the 30th degree. Okay, so any planet that is closest to the 30th degree, maybe it's at 19 degree, 20 degree, 29.6 degrees. That's the Atmakarka. And of course, we don't include Rahu, Ketu, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, or Chiron. I don't know, whatever you want to think of. Phobo, the moon of Mars. Nothing of that sort. It's just the 7 physical bodies that we know of in astrology: Sun, Mercury, Venus, Moon, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. And of course, once you get this report at this link, chaosastrology.com, under shop section, especially option 6 and beyond, you'll get a PDF where, especially on the second page, you'll see an abbreviation with AK, Atmakarka. Or in your Gemini section, you'll find one with Atmakarka abbreviation. That's your Atmakarka. So moon is in the first house of your birth chart. What does that mean? And oh yeah, my Nandinadi course, I'm almost done. Today I'm going to be uploading the video on career, how to improve your career without even planets. Without planets. Amazing. I'm just lucky to learn some of these things from some of the greatest people out there. But anyway, moon is in the first house, right? The first thing you will see as part of the Atmakarka's mission is to deal with the anger of the mother. Deal with the frustration of the mother. Dealing with the impatience of the mother. And when moon is in the ascendant, don't think, oh my God, it's in the ascendant, it's going to be so beautiful. No, you know why you're here? You're here to take the pains of other people. You're here to take the misery of other people's away. You're here to nourish people against or through your will. Like, for example, maybe you have to forcefully, work at a nursing homes, hospice care, senior communities, hospital. It could be anything depending upon the combination you have. Like some people get detentions, like adult detentions. Like maybe they got caught drinking and driving. So now the judge says, you almost hit an old person. So now you're going to have to spend 200 hours of community service at a senior facility. And guess what? Now that Atmakarka is doing its part. This is why when your moon is the Atmakarka, get out there and give yourself in service. Volunteer yourself in service so you don't have to be forced to do these things. That's the important thing. You don't have to be forced to do these things. And with this particular moon, you're here to deal with those emotional gymnastics and roller coaster of relationships. Relationships are here to just show you what it's like being in a roller coaster. Because if moon is the Atmakarka, somehow the reason why you got this moon as the Atmakaraka, you didn't do the proper emotional duty in serving a teacher, mentor, or a guru in your life. You could have even stolen food of the students of the guru. That's why you're getting this position. And this is where what happens is you're going to give things without ever getting any thank in return, without ever getting any monetary gains in return. When it comes to giving yourself for service to other people. Like sometimes with moon is Atmakarka, right? Because moon is an emotional planet looking for that emotional support. Well, guess what your aim is in this life? Is to not get that so you learn your lesson. You do all this work at some place and you're just not a nobody comes and thanks you the way you wanted to be thanked. They may thank you, but like, yeah, thank you. See you tomorrow. But you did so much and you were hoping for somebody to say, oh my God, my Royal Highness, what you did here, nobody has ever done. And oh my God, we want to get bombarded with your presence tomorrow. No, that doesn't happen. And especially when moon is in the ascendant, okay, you will see somebody in your paternal lineage will either run away or will be disbarred from the family due to some mistake they made. And because you're going to understand when moon is the Atmakarka, you will find most of the people with this position, especially in trine, may adopt a child. Moon naturally in trine will incline a person to adopt a child. Why? Because remember, when you adopt a child, what is it? You are taking somebody else's reflection and upon you. Somebody else's DNA and that cultivating of the body and the brain is now given to you to take care of. So that child is not your light, but it becomes a reflected light of that real parent. So what is moon? Moon is pretty much the reflected light of the sun. So the light that you see of the moon is not real light, because without sun, moon wouldn't have light. We won't even know what moon is. And because of that combination as Atmakarka, remember, you have to give yourself in service to people and to the world. People that you will not even be yours. So here we can see that one may adopt a child, and also whether it's this person or some child or student or subordinate will not like you at all. They will have rage against you for whatever reason. For example, I'm not saying it's going to happen because we don't know what other planetary placements are there, but you adopt a child and then at the end they're like, screw you. You took me away from my parents. And you'd be like, no, your parents actually wanted to give you away. But see, it's what happens here with this moon. Moon is here. Moon as Atmakarka is a very hard place because you're here to learn the lessons, okay, where your lessons come through being blamed. You get lessons through being blamed. When you get blamed, just remember some karma is being burned. This triangular matrix dot, that is within your brain or consciousness suddenly burns itself and dissolves. And then one of the things that you see when moon is the Atmakaraka and the ascendant, mother is going to deal with some fraud in her life. Some cheating in her life will happen. And this becomes literally almost to 100% if your Mars is in the 8th house. Doesn't matter what the ascendant is. Mars is in the 8th house. There will be conspiracies. There will be controversies, but especially somehow connected with fraud. Now, in real world, we always think of mother as this positive thing, right? Like mother would deal with the fraud. Yes. But you will also hear stories where the mother defrauded somebody else. It happens. And in this particular answer to the stories will obviously be seen how the moon is situated in your chart. Which planets are impacting the moon. Like especially if Jupiter is somehow with moon, then mother will be defrauded. Mother will be somehow cheated on some form of basis of either inheritance or health. But there are, like I said, certain alignments that have to take place. But notice this even without that placement of Mars in the 8th. Mars in the 8th will definitely. But without Mars being in the 8th, it's a very strong possibility as well. And especially with moon in the ascendant, the more you travel and the more you sweat when you go work out, the better your happiness at home will be. Like for such a person, the more they stay out, the better your home life will be. That's the thing with this particular moon. And the thing is, your happiness can either, it's going to be black and white. Either it's going to be affected by the mother in the most positive way, or you will hate your mother. You wouldn't be able to stand your mother. It's never a gray area with this. It is black or white. Okay. So anyway, guys, this is my analysis of moon in the ascendant as your Atmakaraka. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below so you don't miss these type of videos. And we want to know where your Atmakaraka is placed along with all your astrological details, including my academy, Vedic Astrology Academy. Check out the links here where I'm teaching some of the craziest simple things out there. Anyway, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.